Good evening. This is CTV News for Monday, June 30th. I'm Gina Barty.
And I'm Rochelle Metzger. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, Prince George's County officials could be spending more time in office as a new amendment is proposed by the County Council. Today, lawmakers met to introduce 3 new modifications to the county charter. One of those revisions is to increase term limits from 2 to 3 4-year terms for council members. Chairman Mel Franklin says this change is beneficial for seat holders.
12 years will give you more of an opportunity to really gain the level of expertise that you'll need in dealing with Annapolis and dealing with budget and dealing with zoning and land use to really be a successful council member, or with the county executive to really get his or her footing. It really takes that third term. The Charter Review Commission looked around at other jurisdictions, most of which don't have term limits at all, and they recommended extending our term limits from 2 to 3 as sort of a compromise between ending term limits versus the 2 term limits we have right now.
Another amendment discussed was adding disability and sexual orientation as prohibited discrimination for county personnel. Also introduced was an amendment or an adjustment that calls for the chief administrative officer to fill the seat of the county executive if it's left vacant. Well, if one councilwoman has her way, the county could do away with automated purchasing machines used for recycling old electronic devices in exchange for fast money. But lately, thieves have been cashing in on stolen goods and getting away with it. Councilwoman Andrea Harrison is proposing a resolution to do away with these machines. The bill would regulate licenses for the technology, making it harder for crooks to commit crimes. Harrison plans to introduce the bill in the next session. Baltimore City has already banned the machines altogether.
Well, the University of Maryland is celebrating big now with its awaited entrance into the Big Ten Conference. Today in Baltimore, officials talked about the school's outlook on entering a new chapter in Maryland athletics. CTV's Alexis Hatfield is in Baltimore, and we'll have more on that story. Meantime, although the University of Maryland is excited about the upcoming conference change, some students are having mixed feelings about the new move. At College Park this morning, students voiced their concerns about the transformation and how they're going to miss playing against some of the school's biggest rivals like Duke and North Carolina.
I think it was all done to make money, and I think it's not going to work out for us. I think we're going to lose big time.
I'm not a real fan of it, but it's understandable. I can see it from the financial aspect. It just offers more money, but on the negative side, we have a lot of history with the ACC, with our rivals, and it's not a popular move, but I can see it.
I think it's a great move. They'll get more money for athletics, all that. Duke was like our big rival, so I don't know who the big one will be now, like Michigan.
Maryland has been a member of the ACC since 1953.
The Supreme Court sides with employers when it comes to birth control coverage through the Affordable Care Act. The High Court says that the federal government cannot force owners of closely held for-profit corporations to provide contraception to female employees if they object on religious grounds. The decision means that such companies can opt out of the provision in most insurance plans. The 5-4 ruling affirms a Hobby Lobby victory in a lower court. Owners of the craft store chain argued that the administration's requirement violates their religious freedom. In the majority opinion, Justice Samuel Alito says the government failed to prove that the mandate is the least restrictive means of ensuring widespread access to cost-free contraception. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Gina Barty. Coming up